Thank you for coming to create with me today. I'd like to show you how to watercolor using a stamp set called Waterfront. So here's the stamp set, and it's a lot of random shapes, just a squiggly line, something that looks like it could be mountains, more squiggles, some palm trees, nice greetings, and then some speckles and pine trees, and something could be a moon, could be a sun. So this stamp set was designed by Connie Heisey. She is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that sold $1 million. So when you sell $1 million, you get to design a stamp set. And this is the one that she designed, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to show you how to do this card. I just returned from Florida. I live in Illinois. It's snowy and cold. It's not snowing right now, but it can be cold in the winter. So I just wanted to bring back a little bit of Florida with me, and so I came up with this card right here that we just did at club. So let me show you how to get started. I'm using Stampin' Up! Watercolor paper. This piece is 3 inches by 4.5. Our watercolor paper comes 6 by 9, so you can get 4 of these out of one piece of cardstock. And how you're going to start is you're going to take either some painter's tape or some washi tape. I will show you what I did. I taped that to, you're not really taping it because it's silicone, so it just comes off, but I taped an edge to, with the grid, you could just go into little lines and get it the same all the way around. And I did that because I like the photograph edge, so it gives you that nice clean little kind of picture edge. So we're going to start with that, and we're going to start with a little brusho. So I have just a piece of cardstock that I'm using as a mask, and I'm going to mask off about 2/3, and I'm just going to have about 1/3 of the paper showing. I'm going to use a spritzer with water in it, and then I'm using some brusho. So I've got yellow, I've got gamboge, which is an orange, and then I've got brilliant red. So you're going to start just by spritzing your paper, and I'm going to lay down some yellow, and I'm going to lay down a little gamboge, which is an orange, and then right here in the corner I just want a little red. Okay, so you can see it's kind of blending, but I'm going to do a little bit more blending by squirting myself in the face. No, by spritzing. Okay, and you're going to need a lot of these paper towels. So that's why I have it on the silicone sheet, so that even though I don't really need it on the silicone sheet, it just keeps the water at bay from soaking into my regular surface. It just keeps it a little dry. So I'm going to let it kind of go a little, and then I'm just kind of blotting the color. I can add more color. I actually like it. I like it just the way it is. And I'm going to remove my mask, and there's a little bit of water here, which doesn't matter. Okay, so that is all that we're going to do with the brusho. And I forgot to tell you what my inspiration was. So not only was it Florida, but I went online and found this landscape that reminded me of Florida. It's got the palm trees, and I'm kind of looking for this, I've got this yellow here and this red and this orange, and then a little line of, I'm going to call it an island, and then the water, and I love this color here. And then this is dark, this is the sand, but we're going to be a little more in the kind of sun is just starting to set, more than this one's pretty much set. So I've got this brusho down, and now I'm going to take my garden green, and I'm going to take this, let's see if I show you it on the stamp set, this stamp right here. Okay, that's going to be my island. Okay, so I'm going to ink that stamp set up, and I want it right here where gonna stamp it again a couple times. I'm kind of making my island. Alright, so I like that. I like the way that looks. Now I'm going to use an aqua painter. Okay, so how you make this watercolor is by taking aqua painter and I'm just wiping right over that stamp set. I can kind of blend that in. Oh, I like that a lot. Now you know to clean those, you just wipe them on your grid paper or your surface here. And again, paper towel. I'm going to lighten that up just a little. Okay, I like that a lot. Alright, now I'm going to put my palm trees on. I'm kind of blowing it. You could use a heat tool, but for this I'm just going to, I think it's okay. So this is always artichoke, and these are my tree trunks. And I'm just going to put some random palm trunks. I kind of want it to go all over with always artichoke. Every time you stamp, go ahead and take your aqua painter and turn that ink into watercolor by just swiping it onto that stamp. These stamps have just a slight texture to them, so that kind of makes it blur and turns it into watercolor. Now I'm using Tranquil Tide for my tops of my palms, and I don't have to really worry about exactly where the trunks are. I'm going to kind of stamp off, stamp off. I'm just making a random, yeah, I like that, okay, a random pattern here. No one's going to know that one doesn't connect to the other. Again, use your aqua painter, and that darkens it, fills in. That's nice. And turns it into that watercolor look. You can see how that's kind of changing up there. Okay, love that. Alright, so now I'm going to work on my water coming down. Ooh, I got ink on my, but that doesn't matter. It's going to be fine. So I'm going to start with Pool Party, and I'm going to start with this stamp right here. Let me show you on the stamp set. It's this one right here. I don't know, could be kind of water, could be kind of a shadowy mountain. So we're going to call it Water today. And see my sample here. So I make the line of the horizon with the stamp set by turning it upside down and using that sharp edge and coming in like this. So I kind of have to find that edge. I'm going to work my way down, kind of turning my stamp. As you can see, I'm kind of turning it. Okay, I want a little less sand, so I'm going to go in there. I'm going to come up here a little more. Okay, I like that a lot. Again, take my aqua painter, turn that into watercolor. There's the edge where it meets, gonna meet my, I'm gonna put a little water up here. Okay, like that. Then you could use any of the blues, Pacific Point, Tempting Turquoise, Bermuda Bay, Night of Navy if you want it really dark, Island Indigo, which I think is what this is, but I'm going to use Dapper Denim, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens together. So I'm not even going to change that because I'm going light into dark. And I'm going to, ooh, I like that. You can see I'm turning my stamp a little. Now I'm going to see what happens here. If I can make this blend. I want to get rid of this sharp edge. Now I'll clean that off. I'm going to bring that into that. I'm kind of making a third color there by blending. I don't want that edge. I can kind of work this watercolor paper a lot because it won't really pill on me. Now, if you can see this, I don't know. There's just a little slight green there. I'm going to kind of blend that. I think I touched it with my finger. There's a little hair. This is very forgiving. So I'm kind of got my edge here, and then I've got this really light pool party right here. That's my, ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, I'm gonna stop while the going's good. Now, I need to clean off my, that same stamp. I'm gonna use that for my sand. Okay, I'm gonna start with Sahara sand, of course, because it's sand. And that's my lighter of my two kind of neutral browns. And again, I want to go, oh, you're going to kind of play with it. So, whoops, sticky. I'm going to come down here. Now, I think I'm going to completely turn this around. Put those two together. There. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. Watercolor. I'm going to blend that out. There's my sand. And I'm going to add a little bit of crumb cake. Just a little here. I'm going to keep stamping until I kind of get it how I want it. Oh, I like that. I know I say that a lot. But I do. I like it. If you don't like it, you wouldn't keep doing it, right? Okay, I still have that little mark there. I'm going to pretend like it's a starfish. I don't know. Maybe it's just a little fish. If I was in a different mood, I guess I would camouflage it. I put my crumb cake away too soon. So now I'm going to get the little speckled stamp that's in the same set right there. Going to ink that up, dry that off. Got to have a little bit of texture to my sand because that's what sand is. Oh. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, now what's missing? My sun, right? Okay, so here's my sun right here. You can decide where you want it. If you, I got this little boo-boo there. Kind of, I don't love that, so I'm going to kind of put my sun to camouflage that. So I am going to do my sun with the circle. Okay, and I showed you that earlier, and Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to ink up with Daffodil Delight, and before I stamp it, I'm going to take Tangerine Tango, and I'm just going to do a little rock and roll. Okay, so all I've done is I've kind of rolled that edge. Can you see that? I've just rolled that edge. Alright, now I could take my mat again, which I can't find, so I have this little scrap here of paper on my desk, and because it's dark enough, I don't think you'll see it, but I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. Oh, that's pretty good, but I'm going to darken it up a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's good. Take my aqua painter. So what that's done is it's kind of camouflaged that little bit of water going into that. If I really wanted to camouflage it, I could go back with some brush show and cover that up. So here's my original. Here's this one. I'm just going to clean up this washi tape before I take it off. Now, I will say, when I put the washi tape on, I put it on my pants a couple times to get this de-stickify it. That is a word, de-stickify. So that when you pull it off, it doesn't rip your page. So be really careful when you're tearing it off. It might take up a little bit of the paper. Oh, I might have done a good job here. I better not say that, because as soon as I say that, it'll stick. Oh yeah, just a little. So I'm going to try from this side. Wow. Oh, that is pretty. Alright, and then all I did was use the, oh gosh, I don't even know what folder this is, but it's a dynamic folder, and it looks kind of like water to me. And somewhere here, I have the already put on a card base. And so I put that on with Stampin' Dimensionals. And then let me just show you quickly how I finished this card off. So I took a little, little strip here. I took a tiny little strip of Very Vanilla, and the stamp, I can take this off. The stamp I'm using says a journey is better with a friend, but I only want a journey is better, so I'm going to do marker to rubber. This is old thing, probably you already know it, so just using the side of your marker, I'm using a basic black marker. I'm just going to highlight the words a journey is better, and I'm going to stamp it on my little piece of paper. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm going to give my little piece of paper a little bit of a flag, like so, and then figure out where it needs to go. I think that's way too big, so it's going to go just like that. I'm going to clean this really good with I'm using a baby wipe, but Stampin' Scrub is fine. And then on the inside I did the same thing, the second line with a friend. I stamped it right here, and then I took the two little these words and this little two lawn chairs is from the stamp set Cozy Cottage. This is a stamp set that you can earn as a hostess. So when you are a hostess, you can use your hostess dollars to get this stamp set. I love this cottage. I can just see it watercolored. It's awesome. And then it's got some really nice words. Home is wherever I'm with you. Welcome. Our journey is better with a friend. And then there's some other things in it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on watercoloring with the stamp set Waterfront. Have a good day, and thank you for coming to create with me. What? Are you still here? You must really love stamping. Make sure you click on my subscribe now button so you don't miss anything. Go now! Make sure you go to my blog so you can get all the details.